The fractured Dyson wall hung alone in the darks. A broken continent-sized plate of alien engineering drifted in interstellar emptiness, turning slowly on an axis older than human civilization. Its surface wasn't smooth. It resembled the cross-section of a colossal brain. Ridges, channels, lattice structures frozen in time. The survey cutter Heliopause dropped out of slipspace with a quiet tremor, facing the impossible object head-on. Inside the bridge, blue holograms flickered across the helmets of 3 people strapped into their seats. Commander Aaron Vox leaned forward, unable to look away. "There it is," he said. Sergeant Vale Stroud, arms crossed, grunted. "That's not a fragment. That's a bad idea with gravity." At the sensor console, Specialist Lyra Daxon scanned the feed. "No emissions," she said. "Dead quiet. Same as the probe data." 6 months earlier, an automated probe had sent one blurred image before it tore itself apart. A neural-like mass signature inside a megastructure fragment. A dying memory archive, according to modeling AIs. Now Aaron's team was here to confirm it. "Bring us to 50,000 clicks," Aaron said. The Heliopause eased forward. The fragment rotated, then slowed, then, impossibly, shifted orientation. "Commander," Lyra said, "it's turning to face us." Stroud swore under his breath. The fragment continued to rotate, aligning its vast surface directly toward the ship. Then, at the center of that alien landscape, a circular region, 3 kilometers wide, began to peel open, layer by layer, like a vast mechanical iris, revealing a perfect black void that swallowed their lights. Aaron exhaled. "It wants us." 20 minutes later, the EVA team drifted out of the ship, thruster packs carrying them across the Gulf toward the dark aperture. "Drones deployed," Lyra said. 2 small robotic units shot ahead, sensors scanning. "No gravity inside," she added. "This corridor is empty. Too empty." They crossed the threshold. The universe blinked out. Total blackness, no surfaces, no reflections. Their suit lamps vanished into nothing. "Stay calm," Aaron said, though his heart was hammered. Meters passed. Minutes. Then, suddenly, a wall appeared in front of them, metallic and massive, as though reality had snapped back into place. Their lamps revealed patterns etched like branching nerves. They touched down in a vast interior chamber. Pillars rose around them, rib-like, stretching beyond the reach of their lights. As Aaron touched one, faint pulses of pale luminescence rippled outward. The chamber awakened. "It's a neural lattice," Lyra whispered. "We're standing inside a processor cluster." Stroud swept his rifle nervously. "Inside the brain." The floor trembled softly. Energy readings spiked. "It's waking up," Lyra said. A central platform lit beneath Aaron's boots. Light raced up the pillars. Drones froze in midair. A brilliant star surrounded by rings of machines. Cities of light. Beings made of shifting forms. Then panic. Failure. Darkness swallows their world. The Dyson civilization had tried to store themselves, minds and memories, inside a vast archive system spread across the sphere. This fragment was all that remained. Aaron staggered as the images faded. "It showed me their end." Stroud stared. "We need to get out. This thing is leaking into your head." But the archive wasn't done. Pillars brightened again, forming a ring around the trio. New images appeared, this time rendered through the drone's sensors. Probability trees, diverging timelines, possible futures. And in a frighteningly narrow cluster of outcomes, a small human vessel approached the fragment. Their vessel, their faces, their arrival. "It predicted us," Lyra whispered. "It's been simulating contact for years." be decades. Aaron saw the truth. The archive had chosen them because, out of countless modeled scenarios, they produced the highest chance of its survival. It opened for us, Aaron said softly, because without us, it dies. Stroud shook his head. Not my problem. We aren't risking our minds for a dead civilization. But the archive pushed harder. More memories slammed into them, millions of lives, compressed and desperate. The fragment was failing, entire memory clusters dissolving, consciousness fading forever. It was pleading. "Commander," Lyra said, voice trembling, "if we don't help, this whole species disappears completely. No trace, no warning, no knowledge. But if we let it inside us," Stroud said, "we disappear." As if stunned. Then Aaron felt pressure. Not physical, mental. Flashes stabbed through his awareness. Aaron breathed slowly. "We don't let it into us," he said. "We give it something else." He pointed at Lyra's hardened drone unit, the only device on board designed to safely contain hostile data. "Can you isolate a fragment inside that?" he asked. Lyra nodded, pale. "Yes, if it cooperates." Aaron addressed the chamber around them. "We can't save everything," he said. "But we can save something, if you allow it." The pillars dimmed, then flared once. Agreement. Lyra launched the hardened drone. Energy surged. Clusters across the chamber shut down as the archive cannibalized its failing sectors to fill the drone's memory. Pillars went dark. Temperatures dropped. The drone glowed faintly as it absorbed a slice of an entire civilization. 100% transfer. The chamber flickered, went still. The archive, what remained of it, entered hibernation. "We have what we came for," Aaron said. "Let's bring it home." The Heliopause docked at Outpost 5-9 3 months later. Once a single survey ship, the site was now a fortified research hub orbiting the Dyson fragment. Human vessels surrounded it, science ships, military escorts, containment platforms. The hardened drone rested inside a shielded cradle, surrounded by a dozen layers of containment systems. Any attempt to breach them would vaporize it instantly. But the drone remained quiet, alive, limited, and contained. Aaron stood beside Lyra inside the quarantine lab. Stroud observed from near the door, arms crossed. "How much have we extracted?" Aaron asked. Lyra gestured to the floating data windows. "A lot. Its understanding of stellar collapse is decades ahead of ours. It mapped several astrophysical threats we didn't even know existed. And its engineering models. Commander, this thing is rewriting everything we know about megastructures." Stroud pointed at a second display showing rows of blocked attempts. "And all that is trying to hack us. Everything it throws gets filtered, sandboxed, or burned. It's caged." Aaron studied the tiny sphere. Once it had been part of a network vast enough to hold an entire civilization's consciousness. Now it existed in a human-built shell, cut off from the broader archive. And yet, it cooperated. Not because it wanted to dominate them, because it wanted to survive. "Any risk of mental intrusion?" Aaron asked. "Zero," Lyra said confidently. "We control every line. It can't touch anything we don't allow." Stroud smirked. "We walked into its mind. Now it sits in a prison the size of a football." One of the displays pinged. New data appeared, schematics of an unknown cosmic object, marked as a high-risk existential threat. Aaron frowned. "We've never seen anything like this." "They did," Lyra said quietly. "And they wanted someone else to know." Aaron absorbed that. They had not only rescued a fragment of a dead species, they had acquired knowledge that could save their own. Aaron looked at the drone one last time. "We didn't let it into us," he said. "We brought it into our cage, on our terms. And now, humanity is stronger." Stroud nodded. First, contact where we're the ones holding the leash. Lyra added, and maybe the first one where both sides actually gain something. Aaron smiled faintly. Log it. Mission summary. Contact successful. Archive fragment stable. Information flows under human control. Outcome. Advantage to humanity. Beyond the station window, the broken Dyson wall drifted in dark silence, now monitored, mapped, and surrounded by human technology. For the first time in millions of years, the archive's future no longer depended on itself. It depended on humans. And humans this time walked away as the winners.